invited leaders of communities affected by the demolition in Makoko and adjoining waterfront settlements to a meeting tomorrow. In a letter signed by the clerk of the House, the meeting was in response to a petition submitted by the communities over the demolition and eviction of residents. The letter acknowledged receipt of a petition submitted by the communities. It also asked residents to exercise restraint and conduct themselves peacefully whenever they seek to protest or express grievances at the Lagos State House of Assembly. Let's bring in the chairman, Lagos State House Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Ogundikbe. He joins me on the news at 1 for more updates. Good to have you join us, Mr. Ogundikbe.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So we understand.
To use the opportunity.
All right, so we understand that a hearing has now been scheduled for, I think, tomorrow, 10 a.m. So what would be the role of the House of Assembly in trying to address the grievances of the people of the community?
Yes, definitely we've been having citizens and civil service and other people engaged with the House of Assembly whenever there are grievances. And we do receive their letters of protest or physical appearance, and we do address their problem because we know it is within their constitutional rights to address we that are their representatives whenever they feel that probably their rights or they're having issues with the law or probably the operators of the law. So we do encourage them to come, and then we address it and then invite all stakeholders at meetings so that issues on ground can be addressed and then resolutions passed.
And we understand that there was a protest on Wednesday, and the House is saying, look, people should perhaps be peaceful when they want to sort of vent their grievances against government policies. I wanted to speak on the protest and how, I mean, it looks like the House wasn't happy with that protest.
Yeah, first and foremost, let's just clear this, that this House of Assembly, we are not, and I keep saying to him that we does not execute demolitions or probably wherever infrastructure are being breached. Probably you have a power line setbacks and those things that are constitutionally empowered. That is the arms of the executive do portray this, and they do execute that aspect of the law. But whenever there are disagreements, that is when we have to move in to make sure that all the processes has to be done in tandem with the law of the land. So when they come and there was a gathering and there was intelligence reports from Ikeja under bridge, and the police has to escort them all the way down to the Lagos State House of Assembly. And we have to move in to really see that we have to address their grievances. So it is when they now refuse that they don't want to talk to anybody and that they are just ready that they must move in en masse into the House of Assembly or into government facilities. That is when we felt that it's against the law, and we also tell them that, okay, bring in representatives that could talk to us. So that, and they said no. Then everybody's, the safety of even honorable members on ground, we are no more guaranteed. So it was in the process when they disagreed that we have to move back, that the law enforcement agencies have to take the necessary actions on ground then, despite the fact that they've been following them all the way from Ikeja under bridge.
So their fears, we understand, is that even for tomorrow, I think they are sharing the same fears, that the peace meeting or the meeting that you want to have with them to address the issues may be hijacked by powers that be and also influenced, to the favor of the government. Are you assuring them that there will be fair hearing?
No, it is not. I keep repeating the same thing. We are lawmakers, and it is our responsibilities that they've brought in their protest letters. The letter itself, all stakeholders involved will be invited. And I'm sure it is those that are invited are the only ones who will have access for discussions. I'm sure the executive arms will be here. The civil service organizations will also be accommodated. Lagos State House of Assembly members will be here, and all stakeholders, and they will have their allotment on the number of people they can bring in for us to all sit down as a body and look at everybody's plea and then take a joint decisions on what is the way forward. So it's not, tomorrow is not a day for protest. It is a day for us to address issues on ground and then find solution to the matters that are arising and Lagosians are concerned about. And let me say this once again, that at any point in time, people do come in here to have their protest, and we do accommodate them. And we do take necessary steps to make sure that we go into dialogue, we go into all these democratic processes are followed. But a situation whereby people are coming with the intention of destruction, or you have the intentions that you are coming in to fight from day one, then the law enforcement agents will have to move in and make sure that does not happen. And I also want to reiterate and also use this same opportunity to commend the Lagos State CP at the last event that you just said on Wednesday, commend him for the maturity that he used in handling the situation, which we've also said on the floor of the House.
And just something else I noticed that the House said, and I just want to look for that part, where you called on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the other, the Commissioner of Information to ensure that where other demolition is going on, that they carry out enough public enlightenment and sensitization. Is it that the House has found lapses in terms of communication between the government and communities, or members of the communities where there is demolition? And are you going to carry out any oversight function to ensure that people are well sensitized?
Yes, we've even started that seriously. We've also, behind the scene, engaged all the agencies involved in that due processes must be followed, and whatever things that has to be done. A lot of this has been happening, and their issues have been settled without this much of a cry. Don't forget, Makoko issue has always been on ground for a long time. It's not a recent matter, and we've tried severally to manage the problems. I'm even sure to certain levels, the members representing those constituencies has been on ground to make sure that compensations are adequately paid where agreements are reached. But for those who does not have documents, who does not have the legality to be on ground and seeking that something must be done, even those at a level have been accommodated. So our ask is just to find a peaceful way of resolving all these crises, of all these issues. And we will try all the possible means to make sure that it's resolved peacefully. Because we are also concerned, because we are representative of the people, and we are concerned that we don't want people just to be homeless like that. And despite that fact, we also need to map out that the security implications of those areas too is also germane to us. So it's a two-edged thing, and we have to take all necessary precautions to make sure that we arrived at a solution that will be very satisfactory to all concerned.
And Honorable, I'm sure you know that this has made it to several international platforms around the world. I'm sure, especially because of the economic status of those involved all around the world. People are watching to see how this will be addressed. Thank you so much for your time. Chairman, Lagos State House Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Ogundikpe.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And just to say it again, once again, you'll be rest assured all necessary machinery will be put in place to make sure this matter is also resolved. We are also concerned as the international world and all investors and everybody concerned. We are also concerned, and I can assure you it will be resolved.
Thank you, Honorable.